Hello everyone and welcome to the Bell Center, where the Boston Bruins will be matched up against their Original Six rival, Montreal Canadiens. Hi again everyone, and we're live here in hostile territory, where yesterday the Bruins rolled in after their tough loss Thursday night against Ottawa. The Bruins had a difficult time against Ben Bishop, who only surrendered one goal. Costly turnovers left the Bruins vulnerable, but Tim Thomas bailed out his teammates and himself. If Boston wants a chance to win this game tonight, the formula is simple: limit turnovers and mistakes as a whole. Currently, Boston maintains control of the second seed as the Penguins continue to surge ahead. The division is still in control, a 4-point lead separating themselves from Montreal and Buffalo. Tonight is a pivotal game for both of these rival teams as the race for the division heats up. The Bees will throw Tim Thomas at the Canadiens, while they'll counter with Carey Price. It will be a goaltender's duel for this game, no doubt. But will the chippiness be there? Well, we'll see, as it's an Original Six matchup here in Montreal. Bees, Habs, next. Hi guys, and we're in for a very special treat. I couldn't think of another commercial, so I found my third cat. And this one's cool because unless she can actually move, she pretty much plays dead. So she's not going to claw and kill me like the last time I tried to do this. But what's interesting about her is that she's pretty much dead. Like, she's moving around sort of, but she's pretty much dead. Like, look. She's actually a dead body. Okay, there she goes. And I've ruined my mom's puzzle.
Cats are fun. Live here from the Bell Center in Montreal. Out of the last 10 games so far, Bruins 3-5-2. Again, very up and down team, as already we have a penalty, and it's going to be a slash against Montreal. I believe that was Thomas Plekanec, who is going to be in the box to start this one. So the Bruins able to try to start this game here with a like-minded power play, as Seidenberg is going to pass it in, but the shot was blocked, resulted from it, and cleared out by Montreal. We were trying to get at to begin this game, as the Bruins have been in a lot of tight contests here. It's Krejci now into the zone. Shot was saved by Carey Price. Bruins working this puck down. Horton's shot was saved by Price, and he's going to get a cover for the whistle. Starting a game on the power play will bring your team all the momentum to start. Bruins able to get a couple good chances on this. They still have a large chunk of the power play left to deal with to get something. It's a tie-up on the face-off and cleared out eventually by Montreal. We just saw Montreal's record, 6-2-2 in the past 10. Playing the kind of hockey that they need to play if they're going to try to take over the division here. And in all likelihood, this division will come down to the final games of the season with the way it's been. As a shot from Marchand was saved by Price. And Montreal's able to clear it yet again. Thomas back to retrieve. And we're actually going to get a penalty on Tim Thomas for handling the puck outside the trapezoid. And it's kind of a ridiculous call. I don't know why they did that. The Bruins bench is absolutely furious, and they should be. That was a real ticky-tack call. So just like that, Boston's power play is going to end and Montreal's will begin, as the first part of it is going to be cleared out. As it's now Plekanec into the zone. Shoot in on Thomas and save. Montreal not really changing any personnel. They always have the same kind of guys out there. Acquiring Eric Cole being the most recent transaction from the Hurricanes. Shot was not able to get through there as Marchand digs the puck and Chara's able to halfway clear it. Bergeron and Chase, the lone forechecker. Montreal with 45 on this power play left to go. Shot in and saved by Thomas. Brilliant save by Tim Thomas. As Montreal continues to work this puck, it was blocked and skidded aside. Working the half boards here. Shot in on Thomas, save. Puck loose. Thomas finds it. And he gets the whistle off of a puck that was literally behind him. He just fell on it and fortunately got the whistle. So already, Montreal able to keep it in. The shot was blocked. Bruins able to clear, and that'll kill that power play. Both teams already able to get in their power play licks. Both goalies up for the tasks in this one, and we mentioned in the pregame that this might be a goaltender's duel. It certainly seems that way so far, as puck was not able to find its way to Thomas. The Bruins are able to clear it out and dump it into the Montreal zone. The second forward line out here for the Bruins, although Montreal is able to work the puck into the Bruins zone. Shot in on Thomas. Was kicked aside. B's able to break out here. Horton tied up and loses it. Forecheck here put on by Lucic. Habs able to get it out and into the Bruins zone. Steered away here and turned over. And dumped in. Bruins looking better this game already. Not a lot of turnovers. The passing has been pretty decent here as the pass came in off Thornton's skate. Shot from the point. Price was able to snag that one. Aaron Johnson in on the shot there, and really Carey Price saw that all the way through. The Peverly line making its way out there for this face-off. As it's tied up, Montreal is able to gain possession and bring it into the Bruins zone. Good defensive plays here by the Bruins, able to knock this puck loose. Turnover in the neutral zone, though. And now we've got Plekanec in on Thomas. Good poke check by Tim Thomas. Able to poke away Plekanec's room there and giving no room on the ice for him to move. Aggressive goaltending. Shot by Campbell was wide. Took a pretty tough angle there and almost made something of it. As it's Eric Cole with the puck here. Centers it to a defenseman, but it's blocked. And Tyler Seguin able to move it. In over to Peverly. Passes it down to Paye, whose shot never came through because of a broken stick. Seguin now with it, able to make a move, but puck was lost as backhander goes wide, and just about to say there was a penalty called, and the third one this period is going to go against Montreal. I'm not sure what this one is. And it looks like it's going to be a roughing call, I believe. Taking down Rich Peverly was Yannick Weber. And the Bruins are going to get their second power play of the period. A chance to draw first blood here, although they lose the face-off. And the clear effort by Montreal is going to turn into basically a pass, although not much doing here as the Bruins are able to chase and bring back. And now it's a 2-on-1 into the zone, though, with Horton. The pass in over, and Price was able to make the save. Carey Price able to make a save on a 2-on-1 opportunity with Nathan Horton leaving the pass. As Montreal's offside here. A tough break there by the Bruins. They really had something to work with, but Lucic just sort of ran out of room there on the shot. Price was able to take away that entire side. And that's why he really is one of the best. Bruins are really going to have to try to make this a dirty game, I think, if they're going to want to get to Carey to set up screens. And now Montreal is able to turn this PK into quick offense. Shot in on Thomas was saved. And he's going to hold here with a minute left to play in the first and 48 left on the power play. A lengthy period here because of the power play opportunities. The Bruins, heading into this game, usually playing Montreal, as there appeared to be a lighting issue in the stadium. That was awkward. Shot from Horton was saved by Carey Price. Lucic with it now. Backhander went wide. And Montreal is able to clear it out. The Bruins able to do something with it here. With 15 seconds left in the period. Drive by Seidenberg, broken stick. Montreal can turn this into quick. Shot saved by Thomas! And Seidenberg just trying to punch the puck away, and it's enough to get the period to end as Krejci has some choice words. As a late shot came in at the end of the period, no matter. Refs to sort that one out. As we were mentioning, these Bruins-Canadiens games usually have high PIMs in them. And so far, that's been the case, as it's 0-0 heading into the break.
Hi everybody, Matt here, and I'd like to share with you today some of my most favorite exercises. The first is jumping jacks. 1. Second is rowing your boat. And third and finally is Ethan's favorite, swimming on your couch.
Oh yeah, guys, dude, totally. Oh yeah, dudes, I'm swimming, dude, yeah.
Thanks for joining me, and I hope these exercise tips have left you inspired.
Heading into the second period, Bruins benefiting from one extra power play, but, you know, mentioned already that these games, they carry high penalty markers in them, and we'll see if that's the case if it continues onward, as Montreal skates it in the Bruins zone, but defensive effort by Chara was able to knock the puck loose, at least bring it to the neutral zone. As the Habs have been able to get a couple of breakaway opportunities on Thomas, he's been able to stop them very well as a drive by Chara. In on Price, the rebound. He was able to make the other save as well. Some excellent positioning by Carey Price. As Bergeron attempted to make a move and unfortunately was knocked off the puck. Habs now able to turn to quick offense again. Plekanec leaving it down for the defenseman there, but the shot easily saved by Thomas. Shot that was maybe a pass, perhaps it was looking for a deflection. No matter as McQuaid dumps it in. Canadians able to regain possession, and again, the ice is open here. Shot in on Thomas' save. A lot of open ice opportunities here for Montreal, and yes, in fact, it is another penalty in this game. High sticking, David Krejci. Getting a little too much of a Canadian there with his stick. And this is what this kind of game has turned into, and these are what the Habs Bees games are all about. Chippiness and a lot of penalty minutes. Shot was blocked down low and cleared out by the Bruins. It's going to be one of those games that needs to be grinded out by both of these teams here. Division's still tight, and at really any point in the season, the lead can change. As Montreal brings it into the zone. Here we go. Tim Thomas able to stand tall. Shot was off the post. Shot came ricocheting off the post off a bag angle. Again, saved by Thomas and cleared out by Boston. Every time Montreal skates into the zone with speed, it's like they get behind the Bruins defenders. Shot was fanned on here. Brought back out in front. Bruins still with it, and Ferentz able to clear it finally. Thomas has had to make more awkward saves and down in front than I would say Carey Price would have to have done this game so far. As the Bruins defensemen have been left in the dust on a couple of occasions. They'll have to adjust. They can't rely on Tim Thomas to be doing this all night. Bruins able to win the face-off here. Boychuk's shot was blocked. And the power play from Montreal able to turn up ice. Shot was blocked. A good defensive effort by Boychuk, but Montreal still with it. Shot skips in on Thomas. Rather, the pass did. Tried to clear around the end. Montreal still with possession. Finally gives way to the Bruins. Just trying to shovel it out of the zone. Boychuk hit off the puck. Shot and save, but the score by Plekanec off the rebound puts Montreal up in this one, 1-0. Bad defensive effort there by the Bruins. Not able to pick up this rebound. A one-timer shot. Thomas able to do whatever he can to get in front of it. The first task succeeds. The second task, no chance there. Defensively, the Bruins could not tighten up. And it's Thomas Plekanec who notches the goal in for Montreal, and the Bruins once again playing from behind. Bad turnover there by Chara, as lucky is offside. So the Bruins here, mentioning before, getting burned often by these Canadians as Thomas makes yet another fantastic save, heading high blocker side. Trying to clean up the rebounds as a defenseman is your second priority if you can let your netminder make the first save. And it was just a task that was not completed by the Bees here, and it's just something they need to check into. As Boston gets a chance here, Price was able to keep hold of his net, and yet another penalty, and this one's going against the Bruins, and this is getting irritating if you can imagine. Jordan Caron with the slash, and the stick just gets sawed in half there. So Montreal back on the power play, although they didn't score on it, they scored at the end of it. And with the only goal tonight, makes things equally difficult for Boston here. And you just got to think, if you're the Bruins, your first task is killing this power play. Your second task is just getting to the intermission here. Subban loses it. Seidenberg, the clear, went off a Canadian, but it's fed up and eventually cleared out. Montreal working into the Bruins zone on this power play. Shot in and saved by Thomas. Rebound came off the boards and hit him again. And a good defensive play to get into the passing lanes as the Bruins have been playing the passing lanes. They've allowed Montreal to shoot on Thomas if they take away the passing lanes. Plekanec the drive, and Thomas with the save. McQuaid with the clear. Defensively, Boston looking better on this penalty kill, allowing the first shot, but cleaning up the rebounds and clearing them out. Once again into the zone. Centering pass, saved by Thomas! Tim Thomas with an amazing save. Another shot, and it's a save by Thomas. The first save that Thomas had on this rush. In the slot, a backhander. Stretching with that right pad and blocker and turning it aside. Giunta should have had the second Montreal goal instead. It goes as an amazing save by Tim Thomas. And his penalty killers will be saying thank you after that one. Some fantastic team play there, and should light a fire under this Bruins team, you should think. As Boston's heavy on this forecheck, Montreal able to skate it out though into the Bruins zone. Another centering pass, but broken up. A good defensive play, and now Boston passing it into the Montreal zone. Shot from the point was turned aside easy by Price. As Montreal will just hold it and dump it in and end the period. So the Canadiens taking this 1-0 lead to heart. They have not allowed Boston back into this one, thanks to being on mostly the power play for this period, as Boston surrendered a couple of penalties and had to force the penalty kill to come out here. Some fantastic saves by Thomas, but the one rebound that was shot in makes it 1-0.
I know my house is safe because I have an AK-47. It's so easy to use. I just set it and forget it. Honey, I'm home. What the f***? You f***ing shot me? I wouldn't choose any other security device other than AK-47.
Order your AK-47 today. Back to start the third period here, and if you're Boston, you're just trying to figure out a way to attack on pressure to carry Price. The power plays in your own, well, in your opponent's favor doesn't help. So the first step is to stay out of the box. Bruins starting this in the Habs zone. The shot was turned aside by Price. A huge forecheck here. Puck's still loose, but eventually the Habs are able to take care of it. Defensively have been quite good tonight. The shot came off the boards after it was blocked. Habs still with control. Still with it. Montreal still with it. Backhander on Thomas was an easy one. As Boston's able to bring it into the Montreal zone here. The shot in on Price is saved. A quick blocker move by Carey Price keeps this game in Montreal's favor. As once again, Thomas with a save. A lot of skating room there. Another shot saved by Thomas. Shot again, saved Thomas. He's making them all. No point in commenting on the fact that Montreal has been able to get all the rebounds so far on this rush. Just racking up another save for Tim Thomas, as the Boston defense doesn't look like it's adjusted much since the start of this game, and it's been a real problem. They have to tighten up in their own end if they want to start any type of offensive opportunities for their own guys. As once again, Montreal walks in the zone. Shot saved by Thomas. Once again, the Canadiens keeping possession of it, getting a lot of those second chance opportunities, while the Bruins able to finally get it out of the zone and into Montreal's here. Left it for McQuaid, but the shot was blocked, and the backhander was from a weird angle. It came out. That'll be offside. Trying to catch Carey by surprise. Didn't do it that time. It's a shame when you're down 1-0 in a game like this, because Tim Thomas has been on his absolute A game. He has been keeping the Bruins in these games through these stretches where they're tight games and they're not exactly in the driver's seat for most of them. They're usually looking uphill. It's a trend that really kills teams, and some sort of a habit that they just need to break. There's still time left in this game, however. They need to turn it on and quick. Price to handle behind the net. Montreal able to get out of their zone no problem here and able to bring it in the Bruins zone. Shot from the point is saved by Thomas, saw it all the way, and he's going to get a whistle. See that David Krejci hasn't exactly been himself as of late. Still playing hard, but offense has actually been a difficult thing to come by here by the Bruins. Not able to score many goals in their bouts. It's Montreal shot, and it's saved by Tim Thomas. Once again, Tim Thomas stepping up. The fans getting into this one as they know that they're right on the Bruins' back here as that shot was blocked. They know that they're in control of this game. Boston has not been able to get a lot of offensive chances. Once again, the puck is turned over in the offensive zone. As a shot in on Thomas was saved, but the rebound came quick. And good awareness there. Didn't want to let one sneak by him. Seidenberg turns it over here as Montreal shot again from the point. Turned away by Thomas, and Boston now working here. Another turnover here it's going to be. Habs just smell blood in the water here with a minute left as the save was by Thomas, and he's going to cover up. Bruins just need to regroup here. There's less than a minute left, and they need to tie it up if they want to see even just overtime right now, which is something they might just want to take. Not as many turnovers as was in Ottawa, but these kind of things are going to kill you. And so far they have. The Bruins able to win the face-off, needing to get it up ice just to pull Thomas. They finally do. However, they're not pulling Thomas just yet. Shot by Bergeron. It's saved by Carey Price. And now Tim Thomas making his way to the bench. Ferentz to cycle it down. The Habs get possession of it. Now trying to move it out. They do. Into the neutral zone go the Habs. The shot in on the empty net, and that's it. The Habs are going to take this game from the Bruins. And if you're Boston, you need to have a serious sit-down with your team and figure out what the problem is. Because right now, you cannot be playing to this degree a struggling Bruins team without question. Not a lot of offense, sloppy defense. Really the only bright spot on this team consistently has been the goaltenders, whether it be Tuukka Rask or Tim Thomas. Campbell into the zone, whiffs on the shot. The Bruins trying to pull their goalie again, but it's not going to be much as it's yet another empty netter to just add to this game that was really just a 1-0 game this whole time. Stat line's going to look a little skewed now as Thomas reluctantly made his way to the bench on this one. Not sure it really mattered. Claude trying to just take a chance. You can understand maybe if your team gets a goal, maybe it gets some type of momentum going into at least your next game. Instead, the Habs come away with this one. Carey Price with the shutout. Tim Thomas with some highlight reel saves, but the team playing in front of him, not like your usual Bruins team. And this is what's going to happen. So the division gets a little bit tighter here, and the Eastern Conference as well. As just in a week, it will be the All-Star break, something the Bruins might be looking forward to as they have just been all over the place this month. Your final from Montreal, 3-0. As your official stat line comes in here, Montreal did have one more power play than the Bruins, but it doesn't excuse the amount of shots and the time on attack, nearly doubling both. Passing by the Bruins, just not very crisp, and overall just a bad night offensively for the Bruins. Bad night defensively, allowing a lot of Habs, a lot of open ice skating, and just couldn't clear out rebounds. Couldn't pick up any second chances that the Canadians had on the attack. So it's the Habs that pull it out tonight, and the second straight loss for the Bruins. Monday night it will be at home against Toronto, but the very next night they'll be on the road to go face the New York Rangers, the same team they lost to last week 3-4. And if you're the Bruins after that game, you have 6 days to either figure out the issues that you've been having this month or just game plan for the next set of games, whatever it takes. This team's mindset needs to change, as this month there has only been 3 wins, and so far that won't earn you maybe even a playoff spot. But until Monday night, this has been your host, Matt Nobre of the TCTV broadcast of the Boston Bruins, your home of Boston Bruins action for this season only. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Once again, the final from the Bell Center, 3-0 Canadiens. Bruins lose it in regulation.